Hi everyone, welcome back to the Nashville Experience with Corey Webb. We're here again with our buddy Virgil from Vinea, and we're here in Corrieri's. We're going to talk about wines and cheeses yet again. We've got the master of this stuff. He's going to tell us all kinds of great things that we can get at these places. All right, Virgil, tell us what you've got here for us today.
Okay, three cheeses. I have an Ubriaco from the Prosecco, washed in Prosecco and aged aged in the leftover lees of the white wine that we have here. We have a goat's milk cheese, Bonnie Blue Farm from Waynesboro, Tennessee, and here we have Red Hawk from Cowgirl Creamery out in California, which is a goat's milk, or a cow's milk washed rind cheese. Kind of stinky, so definitely interesting.
Okay. Now the Ubriaco is I know on the previous tasting you had some Ubriaco, but it was a variation.
Yeah, that Ubriaco was aged in just kind of a generic white wine. It's still really great cheese, but this one is a little bit more specific in that it's washed in Prosecco, which we have right here, the Samariva Prosecco, and so that I think it's a little bit creamier in texture than the last Ubriaco, and it doesn't take on so much of the pineapple flavors. It's a little creamier and I think a little bit more versatile. Paired with that, we have this Samariva Prosecco, which is made from grapes in Canigliano and Valdobbiadene, which are two of the best sites for growing Prosecco in the Veneto region. And it's a great price on it. It's $19.99. Really pretty nice wine, very floral, great acidity, and since this cheese was washed in Prosecco, what better wine to pair it with than a great Prosecco from the same region?
Now I know the previous Ubriaco was very floral, had a nice bouquet. Is this the same way or similar?
Yeah, I mean it is. You still have citrus notes and tropical notes, but they're a little subsumed under really a nice, rich, creamy texture that I think makes this cheese a little bit more versatile than the last one. This one, whereas the last one was very pungent and had really strong aromas of citrus and floral, this one is a little creamier, has a little smoother texture to it, and I think that's why I really like this cheese. And the wine, I think, works really well with it in that it has a layer of complexity that I don't think most Proseccos have. So, the last Ubriaco was good, but this one is like kicked up a notch to steal from Emerald a little bit there.
We like food that's kicked up a notch.
Yeah, right.
So now this is an interesting looking cheese you've got here.
The Red Hawk.
Yeah.
Yes. This is a goat's milk cheese that has natural bacteria in it and washed rind cheese. So it's a little stinky. It's a little, I had some friends of mine, we were trying this, and some people were a little put off by the smell initially, but once they tried it, they just fell in love with it. Very creamy, very unctuous, oily, just really, truly amazing cheese.
You can see as it sits at room temperature, you can really see the oils coming out.
Yeah,
and it looks like, to add to the, and this is one of those things you're probably going to reassure people that this is really going to be good cheese, because it's a little smelly, but it also, you can see what created all these lines in there, all these wrinkles.
Yeah, that's some of the natural enzymes and bacteria seeping into the cream. It's a triple cream cheese, so it's just so incredibly rich. I mean, you're talking times 10, and it almost will overpower anything you put with it. Wow. So it's a little challenging in that respect. I mean, you almost have to put it on crostini and eat it by itself. It's kind of just a super over the top cheese. And so, trying to pair a wine with this is difficult. Initially, I was like, well, a German Riesling, something with a lot of acidity, minerality that can try to, cut through the cheese. But instead of cutting through it, I just said, why not go for broke and do Grand Cru Sauterne. And Sauterne is one of those old Bordeaux wines in which actually mold attacks the Sauvignon Blanc and will actually have it rot picked one by one. The grapes are, and squeezed and pressed. And what you get is this just incredibly rich, concentrated, amazing wine. And this one is one of the best expressions, Chateau Guiraud 2005. Absolutely amazing.
It's got some great color.
Yeah, beautiful citrus. I mean, as this thing ages, it will turn into, almost a brown, a deep orange brown that's just amazingly beautiful. But I think, if you're going to have a over-the-top cheese, you need an over-the-top wine. So you can't get much better than Grand Cru Sauternes.
Very good. And we have a Tennessee cheese here next.
Yeah, last but not least is really great goat's milk cheeses. This one is one of my favorite. It's rich. It has great acidity to it. You can crumble it up, put it on a salad. Really fantastic. Just everyday goat's milk cheese. This one in the little tub here has a little touch of garlic added to it. And I was thinking with this, I had this the other day as part of a pairing, and I was really quite surprised with it, going back to sparkling wines. This is Pinot Noir from Spain, which is kind of an oddity in and of itself, but in this one they put the juice in stainless steel tanks and inject CO2 to have it sparkling, and I think that it works really, really well. The acidity in the wine, kind of that tart cherry flavors, pair really well with kind of the richness and the kind of rich flavors of the goat cheese.
So and that goes with the garlic goat cheese,
Yeah.
or just the regular goat cheese?
They both work really well. I mean, this is light, kind of slightly tart,
Mm-hmm.
and so I think it pairs really well with kind of the richness of the goat cheese.
Very nice. Now I will say, like so many cheeses, when you see them like this versus what you buy at, the typical grocery store where it's, everything's pre-sliced and all the, not even cheese.
Yeah.
And it's just very generic looking. If you look at this and you think about the stuff we've had before, you get beautiful inside and out colors, and just the textures, everything's beautiful.
Yeah.
And here again, even with the Uberacco, very different from the last one, because the last one was like the grappa, which was the red.
Yeah.
So
Like
you had
sort of that purplish rind.
Yeah.
It was
Exactly.
a washed in red wine.
And this is almost a camouflage look, like the tan camouflage. So I think this is great stuff. And you guys, the cheeses are all here at Corrieri's. And I know sometimes cheeses, once you run out, depending on how available they are to you guys, sometimes you don't always have everything, but you do often. Once you find something, you're able to keep that pretty much handy.
Yeah, I mean, these wines right here are kind of our stock wines. This Prosecco may be a little tougher to find. The Segura Viudis Aria Pinot Noirs, pretty much find it anywhere, and we keep pretty good stock of it.
Okay.
Chateau Guiraud, little tougher to find. And it's, once they run out, and they're not going to be making. I mean, this is kind of, one of the best wines of the year in 2008. Actually, was when it was released. So maybe tougher to find, but definitely worth the effort to find it if you can find it.
So all this stuff, Vinea for the wines, cheeses right here in Corrieri's. All of this is a little bit pricey. Everything else, really, if you're looking for something to have a great, unique experience, spend a little extra money, get some of these cheeses, get some good wine, and have a great time at home or with friends or wherever.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what it's about.
Beautiful. Well, Virgil, until next
Thank
time.
you, Corey.
Thanks for your time.
Yeah.
See you soon, guys.
Yeah.